As you can see, the thumb switch takes only a split second. Notice the hand takes on a very natural appearance with the fingers spread after the switch. Professional dice cheaters can execute the thumb switch with either the right or left hand, and the move has many variations. Once again at regular speed, an expose of the thumb switch simply shows that as the gaff dice are released, the legitimate dice are locked in between the palm and thumb. Usually in a private game, after a switch is executed, money is placed in that hand to conceal the legitimate dice, till it is time to take the crooked dice back out of the game. Here's another variation of the thumb switch, only this time money is used in the opposite hand to help shade the move. The switch takes place under cover, this player passing the dice to the shooter. The cheater usually gets players accustomed to this manner of passing the dice and will not attempt the switch until this action is accepted. Then the move can be attempted with complete safety. As you can see, this switch is extremely deceptive and very clean. Once again, this is simply another variation of the thumb switch. Finally, one last example. This time the thumb switch takes place, only the dice are dropped into a dice cup. As you can see, this particular switch has many variations in many different situations that are applicable to almost any game. A much more difficult switch is known as the palm switch. And although thumb switches and palm switches look very much alike from this angle, the mechanics are quite different. Palm switches are very rarely attempted by amateurs. This is a professional's move because of the many hours needed to master the technique. Here's a close-up shot of a couple of palm switches. All of these switches take only a split second, which means that if you're busy making a bet or reaching for a drink, you have no chance whatsoever to pick up the move. The truth is, even if you're watching and the move is demonstrated by an expert, it's very difficult to detect. The expose clearly exposes the action. You can see the starting position of the gaff dice. The legitimate dice must bypass the gaffs, get locked into palm position, the gaff dice are released, and the switch is executed. A very common action used to disguise many dice switches is that of going to the mouth to blow on the dice as if for good luck. Cackling the dice and shaking them also helps add to the illusion. Here we see another variation of the palm switch just described from over the shoulder angle. In slow motion, you can see exactly how and when the switch takes place. Finally, we end up with the legitimate dice locked into a palm position. Now let's take a look at help shade dice switches during private dice games. The switch actually takes place under the cover of the money in the left hand. The cheater apparently fades a 3